Yes, my beautiful people, what is going on? It's creamslice. Welcome back to the final shape. I hope you guys are enjoying the campaign. But look, right, this is urgent. I have never, ever seen a warlock build like this in my entire time of playing Destiny. What you are about to see is absolutely going to blow your mind. We have never seen anything like this before. Prismatic is just out of this world. I know we thought we was gonna have something mid to high maybe, but when I go through this build with you, you are a one-man army. There is no two ways about it. I'm currently running this legendary campaign solo, so this build will give you a good idea of just how strong and crazy, might I add, that this build is. I need to just get on and show you guys, because I want you all to be running this build through the legendary campaign, and I need you all to head to the comments and let me know just how solid this build is. So let's just get straight to it, and then you can enjoy the rest of your campaign running this build. So as you can see, Destiny is trying to boot me out of this because it knows that we have absolutely just broke this game with this build, right? So firstly, the way you want to set it up, and did you know what the crazy thing about this build, right, is that we've not even opened any of the new fragments. This build is just absolutely solid from the base of the build, and just building upwards is gonna make this build just absolutely broken. You're gonna do the campaign and you're gonna unlock the Prismatic subclass, which is where you can mix and match different abilities, aspects and fragments, which is just the tip of the iceberg in my opinion. There's going to be so many crazy wild builds, but let me tell you this right now, you will not see a more broken build after I show you this. So I've been running a Cataclysm Nova Bomb because this feeds into our fragments and it's a high dealing super. But what I actually wanted to touch on, so as I was explaining, as Bungie still tries to kick me out of this game, because what I'm going to show you is going to blow your mind, right? So the grenade that you need is the storm grenade, and this will not make a difference, but this is going to be what is going to start the build off with the exotic that we are running. Then the aspect, you want to pair Feed the Void with the Bleak Watcher, and this is going to be absolutely crazy. You're going to have Devour all the time. You're going to be freezing enemies on the battlefield, and the exotic that we are using is just going to take this build to a whole different place. Okay, so for the fragments quickly is Facet of Hope. While you have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly, and we'll go over what you could do with that later on when you unlock different aspects. We have Facet of Dawn. We're not giving up. As much as you try and kick us out, we'll go faster. Facet of Purpose. When we pick up an overpower, we're going to get an overshield, because the damage that our super is void. So we're going to get an overshield from that. So we have Devour, Bleak Watchers up. We have Facet of Protection. We get more resist while we are surrounded, and then we have Facet of Ruin, increases the size and damage of the burst of the crystals and the shatter effects from stasis. So they are the fragments, guys. Let's get straight to the exile before we get kicked out. And we are using the getaway artist. That is right, the getaway artist. The mods do not matter with this build. They do not matter. Just equip the getaway artist. You're going to hold your storm grenade. It's going to throw a Bleak Watcher on the floor. You're going to get the Arc Soul perk. You're going to get Devour. And then if you wanted to pair it with the No Time to Explain. You know what I'm like, guys. As soon as the season starts, I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I need to see these Warlock builds, and I need to let you guys know if anything crazy pops up. And this is the craziest Warlock build I've ever seen. So I was explaining, so you're going to have arc buddies, you're going to have bleak watchers, you're going to have devour, you're going to have your sentient buddy from the No Time to Explain as well. What I was trying to explain before we got kicked out is that you can have all these soul buddies running around with you. And one of the craziest things that we didn't even get to touch on is the solar aspect that we are getting the further along the campaign you complete. It is going to be another buddy to follow us around. You could be, so essentially you could be running around with an arc buddy, a No Time to Explain buddy from the portal. You're going to have a bleak watcher on command, freezing and shattering everything. And then you are going to have the new solar aspect, which is going to be another solar buddy that scorches enemies when you throw down your rift. So you can essentially run around with 4 different buddies that are going to help you. You are going to be a one-man army. I think just the foundations from this build is just amazing without having to spec into any armor mods whatsoever, just aspects and your fragments. And I'm guessing if you have just got the final shape and you're doing the campaign, you will have access to Red Death Reformed from D1, the pulse rifle. As we know as well, pulse rifles have had a massive 20% damage increase, so it would be stupid not to run a pulse rifle with this build. So the Red Death Reformed gives you the perk Final Blows with this weapon cure you. So you have cure, you have devour, you have freezing and shattering from stasis, you have your arc soul. It's just absolutely incredible. So hats off to you, Bungie, for doing this. I don't know if a lot of people know that you can actually pair Getaway Artist with the Bleak Watcher. If you didn't know, now you know. So a like will go a huge way. Spread the word, tell your friends, tell your family, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife. But I'm creamslice. I will see you in the next video. I love you all. Peace.